Good morning, friends. Welcome to LeggLife. Welcome to day number 1 of our secret vacation vlogs, where I can finally reveal that we are on vacation in... Hey, Sherry. Good morning and welcome to Hawaii.
Thank you.
You guys, we are in Hawaii. I just got back to the hotel. I went and got Sherry coffee and I got us breakfast. Check these out. I went and got us malasadas, which are, I think, Portuguese in origin, but super popular here in Hawaii. And also the coffee shop that Sherry goes to in Anchorage, I think Sherry's on Fridays, has fresh malasadas there, and we are addicted. And so when we knew when we were coming to Hawaii, we were gonna start days with malasadas. Let me kind of show you what they are. So they're sort of like a fried donut type thing. Some of them are covered in white sugar, some in cinnamon sugar. This one is filled with acai. This one is filled with key lime. That's a special they didn't even have on their menu. This one is filled with coconut custard. This one is Nutella cream. Oh my gosh. We got in late last night, and you guys, we're gonna tell the full story a little later in this vlog. This trip has been crazy already. All I'm gonna say is that at 11:30 p.m. last night, we were trying to find a place to stay. Now, that full story is coming a little bit later, and some of you might be wondering, like, well, where in Hawaii are you? What island are you on? And then the big question everybody wants to know, are you at Aulani, which of course, the amazing Disney resort here in Hawaii. So we are on the island of Oahu. We're actually currently on the north shore of the island. Honolulu is kind of on the south side of the island, obviously the biggest city in all of Hawaii. But we wanted something that was a little bit more relaxing, so we came to the north shore. Now, Sherry's actually never been to Hawaii. I have been here, but it's been years. However, I've never been to this part of Hawaii. So we're spending the next 3 days kind of in this area. And as far as Aulani, well, you guys, we are not at Aulani yet. We are actually staying at Aulani for one night. Why only one night? I'm gonna be honest, it's all we can afford. That place is ridiculously expensive. And so we're actually staying there on the night of the 22nd of September so that we wake up there on the 23rd for our 14th wedding anniversary. So you guys are gonna get to see Aulani, get to see us experience it for the first time, gonna get to see us experience all of Hawaii here for the next few days. Oh my gosh, we're so excited. And as I was heading out this morning to get Sherry coffee, get us breakfast, went to a local grocery store to pick up a couple things we forgot, and I saw in their cooler section, they had flower leis, and I thought, my beautiful wife needs a flower lei to commemorate. And it actually does match your hair. I wish I could say that I planned that perfectly, but I didn't even think of that. Sorry, love. All right, it's officially breakfast time. Sherry has her coffee. We have malasadas. Sherry, Beth, which one do you think you're gonna try first?
I'm gonna go for this acai.
The acai is the one you're going for? Mm-hmm. I am gonna dive into that coconut custard because, well, it sounds perfect. They look so stinking good, and they're so hot. When I was picking them up this morning, they opened at 9 a.m. and I was there at like 8:55, and so they are all fresh, totally were just made. How is it?
So good.
Really good? All right, now it is my turn with the coconut. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I should lean over this so I don't get powdered sugar all over the Courtyard by Marriott. Mm-hmm. I love coconut. I would have a whole box of just those if it was me on vacation. I'm so happy right now. And getting ready to check out of the hotel, but Sherry first, of course, is doing what Sherry does. You guys know how much Sherry loves Instagram photos. She laid out her lei in the form of a heart. You're adorable. So we just checked out of hotel number 1 on our Hawaii trip. Just got our bags in our rental car and want to show you guys our rental car because we think it is the ultimate Hawaii rental car. Now, if you watch our travel vlogs, you normally know that we go for like compact economy, cheap cars because like all cars get you there the same way. But we're in Hawaii, so we had to get this. A Chevy Camaro convertible. Yeah, the top is definitely coming down on this bad boy today. And the crazy thing about this is when we were looking at rental cars, this was like $18 more, not per day, for our entire trip than like the economy cheap compact car. Right. So we're like, how do we not get this? So we're excited to spend a few days cruising around Hawaii in a convertible. And you guys, just like that, we've got our convertible. Oh my gosh. Best rental car ever. Just saw this little roadside beach we're gonna stop at here, but there's all sorts of chickens. Look at all them chickens. But can you see the little baby chicks walking around here? So adorable. And you guys, here is the first look at a Hawaiian beach on this vacation. It is absolutely spectacular. And this is why people come to the North Shore. The beach is amazing, but more importantly, there is nobody here. This is one of the moments I have been waiting for. Oh my gosh. Look at how perfect this is. All of the green, all of the mountains, the blue of the water. It's definitely not coming through on camera like it is in person. This is one of the most beautiful places I think I have ever been in my entire life. I totally just missed it, dang it. Sherri was trying to get a photo. I don't know if you guys can see it, there's a coconut down here in the water, in the waves, and Sherri was trying to get a photo of it, and a big wave came through, and Sherri Beth, what happened?
Well, I'm a little bit wet.
You kind of got soaked. You rolled up your jeans to avoid that. Hey Sherri, thoughts on your very first Hawaii beach?
It's so pretty.
It's amazing, right?
So pretty.
Sorry about all of the wind. I'm sure it's messing with our audio, but that's just kind of the way it is here. Look, another little coconut. Let's kick it out to the water. Swim free, little coconut, swim free. Right down here at the end of the beach, there's some rocks that kind of stick out, and it's been fun. We've been sitting here watching the waves crash against the rocks. This feels like heaven. Like, it's hard to describe how beautiful this location is right now. I think Sherri is absolutely loving this. She has been taking photos and videos for several minutes right here. What do you think about this, Sherri?
I love it. It's so pretty and peaceful.
Yes, it is. Hawaii, beach number 1, check. So we just passed this little roadside place that has wood carvings, fresh fruits, coconut, shaved ice. We thought, you know what? Let's stop and see what kind of stuff they have. Yeah, this stuff is absolutely amazing. I love the whale tail too. So pretty. So we just got a mango otai, this drink here. It's mango, pineapple, banana, all fresh, all basically grated up. Think of like a thick smoothie with fresh fruit. It is so good and so refreshing. Look at how cute Sherri is. She got a little flower behind her ear, acting all Hawaiian-like. So Adam, what is it like to go to Hawaii with Sherri? Well, basically you spend your trip doing this, taking photos of tropical flowers. You guys, we have stopped basically at every different kind of flower so Sherri can get a photo. It's okay, I know that she loves this so much, and I get to just be outside enjoying this amazing weather. So it is lunchtime. We stopped into a place called Pounders. I got a fresh pineapple juice. That looks wonderful. And we are starting with fresh poke. Poke is one of our absolute favorite foods. Basically raw tuna. This looks so good. Sherri, poke is one of the things you've been wanting the most, isn't it? Bite number 1. We get poke quite a bit back home. Here it is, Sherri's first time in Hawaii. How is it?
Oh my god.
It's good? Really?
Oh my gosh.
I'll be the judge of that. Let's see how this is. It is so good. Honestly, we like poke so much. I seriously think we could just eat this all trip and be totally happy. And then for our entree, we decided to split the Hawaiian burger. Look at that, a big old piece of grilled pineapple on top there. It's got a kalbi sauce on it as well. It came with fries. But first, we're gonna finish off the poke. Lunch is finished and it was delicious. We're too full for dessert, but I did see up in their bakery case, they had a Lilikoi sugar cookie. Sherri Beth loves sugar cookies, and Sherri Beth loves Lilikoi, so we had to get one for her to go. Yes. Are you excited to eat that later?
I am quite excited. Right now I'm so full, but I'm excited later.
So we are at the Polynesian Cultural Center here on the North Shore. We're walking through some of the gift shops right now, and you guys, there might not be anything cuter in the world than a little kid's Hawaiian shirt. Look how tiny and adorable that is. So we're actually not gonna have time to go through the entire cultural center today, which is kind of a bummer. It is 42 acres and it's huge, but this is where we just had lunch. Now we're gonna explore some of the gift shops, some of the market area, and then just continue with our day. So I definitely wish we had more time to explore the Polynesian Cultural Center. It did look pretty cool from what we got to see. A ton of stuff, ton of areas. Unfortunately, just not the kind of thing I think we're gonna do today, but hopefully on our next trip, and I'm pretty confident there will be a next trip, we will get to check this out. So you guys, we have a very important next stop because Sherri dropped her sunglasses in one of the stores and we didn't know the lens fell out. And then I was
walking around outside and like talking to people and like doing the whole thing, and then
and I was talking to her and I'm looking at her like, what is wrong?
What's wrong with your
face? What's wrong with your face? And I'm like, oh, you don't have a lens in one.
Cool.
Look really cool, Sherri. So, mission number 1 right now, find Sherri's new sunglasses, because these are the only ones you packed.
I usually pack like 2 or 3 or 4 pairs just in case. And I was like, I just need one. I only ever used the one.
Are you sure you don't want to go through the rest of your Hawaiian vacation looking like this? I mean, you can barely tell. You can barely tell.
Well,
I only had one thing on my list that I wanted to make sure we did before we left Hawaii, and I'm seeing it happen right in front of me. You'll see there's a whole bunch of people here right along the beach edge, and if you look right there in front, it's because there is a sea turtle going back into the water. Oh my gosh, that is so amazing. There's actually another one up there kind of by that group of people. This is so cool to be able to see them out here in the wild. This is so cool to see. And there's another one that came up here on the rocks a little bit further down the beach. You can see him right here. That was so cool. We saw at least, well, yeah, we saw 3 turtles come like up on the rocks in front of us, saw a bunch more swimming out in the water. So we're driving along and see signs that say Farm Direct Macadamia Nuts and Coffee. That is guaranteed way to get Sherri and I to pull over and stop at your business. So we are gonna check this out. They have a ton of different flavors here. You can sample all of them. Coffee roast macadamia, that sounds like one that Sherri's gonna love. And here's their coffee samples. It looks like they've got a macadamia blend coffee, basically vanilla macadamia, and then regular macadamia. Sherri, which one are you going for?
Vanilla.
You're going for vanilla. That is the one I'm going to have as well. All right, let's see how it is.
It's really hot.
Oh, yeah?
It's really good.
It's good? You can see they actually have a whole bunch of macadamia nuts over here. There's kind of a few layers to them. You can see the hard outer shell, then there's a hard inner shell, and then the nut, the macadamia nut, is actually inside there. So quite the process to get into those. It's pretty cool to see like this, though.
For sure. And take off the husk, okay? That's the husk, you see. This is the husk, okay? So this is the husk of the nut. This is the actual nut. Now I'm gonna put this here,
okay,
and you're gonna come on this side, my friend.
Okay.
And with this strength,
maybe.
You're gonna do it. You can do it. Oh yeah. And then you may eat the inside of the nut. I don't like it. And then you can you put the shells in there if you like, and then eat the white part.
Oh my gosh.
It's really good when you try it. You gotta let her try some too.
I did not let you try
well,
some.
then my goodness. See, it's so good. It's so good. You can try if you like, dear. Okay? I'm gonna hold it, and then you're gonna
lots of
with
muscles.
You're gonna do it. She can do it. Yeah,
look at that.
And then you may eat the white meat inside. I'm not gonna share with you.
I know. I didn't share with you.
It's creamy.
It is creamy. That's a perfect way to describe it.
Right?
Creamy.
Creamy.
So we're getting a few things. We're getting this big bag of unsalted macadamia nuts. We're getting the vanilla coffee that we talked about, and then we're getting 2 other things that are gifts for people, so we cannot show them yet. That was a great stop. In the span of about a half an hour, we got to see turtles. We got to crack our own macadamia nuts, learn about the history of them, have some awesome coffee. I'm so glad we stopped at this. This is one of the things that I really like about the way that we travel. We don't have a ton of like schedules.
Yeah.
Especially on vacations like this. It's like, you know what? There's some things we'd like to do, but let's just kind of drive and go at our own pace.
Ooh, macadamia nuts, skirt.
It's like, macadamias and coffee, let's stop there. This place was awesome, a little family run side of the road store. Yep. Super nice, super helpful. Their stuff was really delicious.
And they will ship to Alaska.
Which is even better. So if we get home and run out of this stuff, we can get more. You guys, it just started to rain and we had the convertible down, and Sherri and I were both like, stop, pull over, get the convertible up. So we got rained on a little bit, but that's okay. We're in Hawaii and a song from Moana just came on the radio. It's like it was meant to be. So it is dinner time. We found a place online called Ahi and Vegetable. The poke and sushi reviews online look amazing, so we're gonna check it out. They have bento boxes, they have bowls. This is probably what we are doing, the Ahi poke bowl. Our food just came. I went with the bento box that has poke, spicy poke, chicken, comes with soup. We don't know what this is. Some kind of fish for sure. Definitely gonna eat that, that looks great. And Sherri went with something similar that I did. Got the poke, the chicken, except you went with
Unagi.
Unagi, which is the eel. And then we also had to try the sushi while we're here. So we got one of their sushi rolls. This is a lot of food, but you guys, it looks so good. So we just finished dinner. Quick update vlog. Dinner, Sherri, was okay, not great.
Okay, yeah.
The reviews online for this place were spectacular. Said one of the best poke places in town. Super fresh, which I will say that, totally fresh.
Yep.
They actually said that the owner of the place buys his tuna every morning from like the seafood market. That's amazing. So I would say, I would give it like a 7 out of 10. Yeah, it was okay, not great. But you guys, now, because it's us,
Of course.
we're at Target. I know, I don't want to hear the comments down below of like, you guys flew all the way to Hawaii and then you go to Target. That's exactly, yes, that's what we did.
That's what we did.
However, there's a few things that we need that we forgot.
Yeah.
We still have not found good sunglasses for Sherri, if you remember the sunglass debacle from earlier in the video. Most of the sunglasses we found have been at like higher end shops.
Yeah, I don't want to pay $128 for a pair of sunglasses.
Yeah, so we're not going to do that. So we figured, well, Target has that. We need some medicine. Both of us are kind of feeling a little bit crummy, which is a bummer. So we're gonna get some medicine, just some other things that we need here. And so we said, well, if those are the kind of things we need, let's find a Target. So we're gonna head into Target and let's see how different the Hawaiian Targets are than the Alaska. Spoiler alert, probably not different at all. Yeah. Oh, sweet home. So this is one thing they definitely don't sell at the Alaska Targets. They have fresh flour lays right here as you walk in, and then a ton of macadamia nuts, that kind of stuff here, which we do need to buy and bring home as gifts, that's for sure. Sherri found another display that we do not have at home. These are kind of fun, like all of the Hawaiian flowers, the different like floral head things. Did you find something you think you might get, Sherri?
That's a little ponytail holder with the flower on it.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's kind of fun. Okay, so after sun lotion, I think that this is what we want. That is going in the cart. All right, toss it in. Get that out of here, Sherri. Boom. How about that? So obviously we're sleeping in tomorrow. Wanted to get a couple of things to munch on in the hotel for breakfast. We got some dole, pineapple. We got some papaya, so we'll have some fruit in the morning after we sleep in, of course. This shopping trip is getting out of hand. Went through the Target line, checked out, ready to go back to our car, and realized the whole reason we primarily came here, glasses for Sherri, we totally forgot about. So now we're sunglass shopping. We got it narrowed down to 2 pairs. We've got this pair of pink glasses, and obviously we're gonna have them vote down below. However, we will have already made a purchase. Honestly, which pair is the most unlike a pair you already own at home? You own similar pairs already, don't you?
I do, actually. These are more comfortable.
Okay, get those. So Target shopping is done. Sherri, we are ending our first day in Hawaii, your first day ever. Thoughts?
It's beautiful.
It is absolutely beautiful. We were just talking on our drive home. Even though we've only been here 24 hours, it's crazy that we have watched turtles and we have walked on pristine beaches. We've eaten poke twice. Like, we've just gotten to drive through a bunch of beautiful country. So today, the first day was great. But you guys, we've got to tell you the story. This is how we're gonna end this vlog, by telling you the story of what happened to us 24 hours ago. That started our Hawaiian vacation, well, in an unexpected way.
So we flew into Honolulu last night about 7:30 p.m. last night, and we got our rental car.
We instantly drove to the North Shore, about 45 minutes across the island of Oahu, where we had rented an Airbnb for 3 nights. Now, we've talked before, when we talked about Airbnb, about how we try to do our research, we try to like know as much as possible going in. However, this whole trip with Airbnb has been kind of crazy because there was a law that was passed here on Oahu, I don't know, within the last couple of months that essentially does away with like 80% of the vacation rental properties here on the island. So all of Airbnb, all of VRBO for the most part have been killed.
Right, shut down.
Shut down. So basically what they've said is that, you, like, let's say we own a condo and we just rent it out as vacation rental. If we don't live on site, we can no longer do that. So this place that we had booked to stay last night was the third one we had booked.
Right, because we booked one and we got like an email saying that they had to cancel because of this law. So we booked another one and it kind of said, hey, we just want to make sure, like, we've already had a cancellation, you're good to go, like, you're not going to cancel on us. And they were like, no, we're good. Just kidding. And then they canceled.
And then they canceled on us. So this was space number 3. And honestly, you guys, we actually considered canceling this whole trip.
Yeah.
Finding a place was really difficult. And honestly, this is a trip that we've been trying to do for super low cost.
Right.
We used airline miles to get here, so that tickets didn't cost us anything. Our car rental for the entire 4 days is like $116. And so we did know that we wanted to stay in Aulani, but as I mentioned, I think earlier in the vlog, when we were looking at staying in Aulani for the whole trip, we just, like, we couldn't afford it.
No.
That was just the realization.
Even with like saving money everywhere else, we were still just like, that's not in the bank account.
Yeah, in fact, so we're spending one night in Aulani this trip. That one night at that hotel is more expensive than all of the other lodging on this trip combined. So we just couldn't afford it. And so we were looking for other places. We booked this Airbnb in the North Shore, got canceled. Booked the second one, got canceled. Booked the third one, and finally decided, okay, let's go with that. So we get there last night, after we left the airport, after we had dinner. We got there probably about what time, Sherri?
I think we probably got there around 10?
Yeah, probably about 10 o'clock. It's attached to these people's home. We walk in and was it the hottest place you've ever entered, like a room?
Yes, but it felt like a room that had been like closed up and like in the sun and with no air and nothing.
We think that it was probably about 90 degrees inside the room. Because it was like high 80s outside and it was hotter when we walked inside. With
2 fans going, and so our immediate thought was, oh, they already have fans on, let's open some windows. We've got to get some air going in here. So we went to the windows and they were already open.
And then we realized, oh, this is as good as it's going to get. And it was 90 degrees, so stuffy in there, to the point where, like, just sitting there, I was sweating.
Right, so we had, like, the fans were on oscillating, and like when they were directly on you, it was like, okay, this is sort of bearable, but as soon as they went away, it was like instant sweat. And we were like, oh, like in the 2 seconds that they just like...
and you guys, we tried to make it work. Like, we even both took cold showers, like we thought, okay, maybe once we cool off, this will be okay. That wasn't the case. And so last night, probably, I started looking online instantly, trying to find another place, because, like, I'm realizing, one, we're not gonna sleep.
No, it's just gonna be miserable.
It's gonna be miserable, and we're here for 3 nights. And so, honestly, I was kind of frustrated because there's not, on the North Shore of Oahu where we were, the thing that we were looking forward to and really do love, even after today about it, is that it's pretty scarce as far as people go, right? Like here in the Honolulu, Waikiki area, it's just like, people everywhere. Totally, but over there it's like nobody was on the beaches, like it was empty. It was awesome. The problem with that is that means that there's not necessarily like a Holiday Inn on every corner.
Right.
And so we looked around, and honestly, like, we were willing to drive back to Honolulu last night, but the cost of last minute hotels was so high, we kind of felt really stuck. But I did find a Courtyard by Marriott that was on the North Shore of Oahu. I called there, talked to a guy at the front desk named Benson, and he's like, we have 1 room left. And I can give it to you.
And just for tonight.
And just for tonight. We're sold out the next 2 nights. And so we were like, let's take it. Like, this will at least give us like a good night's sleep for last night. We can kind of like circle the horses and figure out what we're doing the next 2 nights. So we went to the Courtyard. Benson absolutely saved the day. He gave us a rate that was so much cheaper than what was on like the Courtyard website. We slept amazing last night.
Like, we both just crashed. Yeah.
I
think we actually got to the hotel a little after midnight. Honolulu time, which is 2 hours difference from Alaska time. So it was about 2 a.m. when we got to the hotel, and I had been up since about 5:30 Alaska time.
And what was funny is that after being in that place last night that was 90 degrees, we kept our room at the Courtyard at 65. Like, it was so cold, and that's exactly what we wanted. So I went to the Courtyard last night, and then as soon as we got there, even though it was late, I got on my laptop and I was just like, I've got to find us a place to stay.
Right. I don't want to spend all day tomorrow trying to find somewhere for us to stay tomorrow night.
So I looked on Airbnb, but again, there's not a lot of Airbnb options because of the law change. We looked at hotels in the Honolulu area. We were basically willing to stay anywhere that like kind of that we could afford, right? Because again, going to Aulani,
as long as it had AC.
As long as it had AC. Again, because like going to Aulani is not an option financially for us. And so what we decided to do was we found a hotel online, found it through Priceline. It's like 3.5 stars and totally good enough. And the reality is that like we're not coming to Hawaii to enjoy these first few days to enjoy a hotel. Right? Our last night at Aulani is about enjoying a hotel. And so this is just a place to sleep. So we found this place, we booked it, checked in today, and we'll be here tonight and tomorrow night. And so everything did kind of work out. I will say kind of a silver lining in all of this. When we knew that we couldn't stay at the Airbnb we had booked, honestly, I expected all that money to just be lost. Right? Because I'm like, we can't stay there. You know, the reality is that could we technically have slept there? Yes, probably. But it's like,
we could have laid down there, but I don't know that we really would have slept.
Totally. And so I was like, you know what? Like, I'd rather lose those couple $100s and be able to have like a good vacation where we're comfortable and sleep well. And so I kind of wrote off that Airbnb money. Sent a message last night to the lady who owns the house. And I just told her, I was like, hey, you know, thanks so much for letting us stay there. But just so you know, we actually left early. It was just too hot for us. That's what I told her. I was like, it was just too hot. It was too uncomfortable. There's no way we could have slept and stayed there. And so, so I woke up this morning and had a message back from her basically saying, I'm so sorry. Like, she knows that that's like a huge flaw of her place. She apologized. She even said, like, I know how frustrating that must have been for you guys because you got in so late. So she kind of like understood where we're coming from. And then she said, and I'm gonna refund you guys for these next 2 nights. Now, she did not have to do that.
No, we didn't expect her to.
Totally didn't expect her. That was not something expected one bit. So I will say that was so kind of her and so nice of her to refund these last 2 nights that we couldn't stay there. But we've got a place to stay, and we get to enjoy Hawaii in a room that is cool and not 90 degrees. It honestly, there's no, when we opened the door last night and walked in, it was like a punch in the face of heat and stuffiness. And we instantly looked at each other and just knew.
And you know what it felt like? And this is why I'm thinking I've been in hotter places. It felt like our attics. Like growing up in Indiana, like most houses have attics. I don't know if Alaska does. I don't know if it's I don't know. Our house doesn't have an attic. But like the attics that I grew up with were always so hot and stuffy because it's just like the top of the house, the sun's beating down all the time. There's really no ventilation. It's just like, it was awful. And that's what it felt like. Yeah,
I would agree. So anyway, it all worked out.
It did. Yeah, we're actually not on the North Shore.
No, we are staying down closer to Honolulu, which is not really where we wanted to be. However, I will say, we didn't realize, for some reason when we were looking, we thought like the North Shore and Honolulu were further apart.
Right.
And so it's like a 35-40 minute drive.
Which is not bad at all.
What? Like we're gonna get up tomorrow and like drive back over there. Basically, we're just like sleeping here, spending all our time where we want to be. So that's what we're doing. Sherri, first day in Hawaii. What was your highlight? I will say, I'm totally stealing this from our friends Kelly and Caleb, Real World Traveler, who no longer upload videos to their channel, but we constantly, like, they will eventually. Fingers crossed it's gonna happen. One of the things that I really loved that they used to do on their travel vlogs was they do kind of like a high and low. What was your highlight, low light of the day? And that's one of the things I think, especially when we travel, I want to start incorporating. So Sherri, when you think back to your first day in Honolulu, your first day in Hawaii, what was the highlight?
I think that first beach that we like stumbled on, like we were literally just like, is that a beach? We'll turn there. And like, it was so pretty. And they had these crazy like rock formations and waves crashing all over them, and it was beautiful. What was
the like negative of your first day? What's been like the negative? Even including the debacle last night.
Probably that last night, if we can include that. That was a rough start to the trip. I was just like, why did we come here?
I know. And that was the thing, like, it was so frustrating from the beginning because it was like, it really did feel like this has the potential to like derail us the whole trip if we have to stay here. Right. For me, my highlight, that first beach was amazing. Like, it was just so peaceful.
I know what your highlight is.
My highlight's the turtles. You guys, my highlight is the
He's
turtles.
like a little boy. He's so excited about the turtles.
It was so cool. Like, I don't know what it is, because like they're just turtles. But I think for me, it's anytime you get to see
Like wildlife.
anytime you get to see something in the wild that you're used to seeing in captivity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I've seen turtles in like zoos and aquariums and that kind of stuff. But like, I've never seen them swimming in the ocean where they live and coming up on the rocks and just like being like literally feet away.
Yeah,
that to me,
really cool.
that to me was amazing. I will say one more highlight that I just loved, that little macadamia nut coffee little farm.
Super fun and cute, and she gave us the entire history of macadamia nuts and like showed us how to crack them and like showed us all the different uses, and like it was amazing.
It was so cool. Also, we did learn a fun fact today. Did you guys know that the macadamia nut that is so closely associated with Hawaii, not native to Hawaii?
No.
I thought that was interesting. She said that it was actually brought here from Australia. I don't remember in the 1800s, and then obviously has thrived here and taken off. But anyway, you guys, we just wanted to share our crazy last night story with you as we wrap up this Hawaii day 1 video. We have some fun things planned for tomorrow that I'm pretty excited about.
Yep.
So that'll be our next vlog, and then the vlog after that, we are heading to Disney's Aulani. And honestly, I can't even start to wrap my brain around that. So thanks guys for watching. We love you, and we'll see you on the next LeggLife video. Also, we do want to show you guys one thing. You normally don't get to see Sherri's hair quite like this because in Alaska there's not a lot of humidity, right?
Right.
And so
yeah, this is what my hair does naturally.
And so all day today, you guys, look at this. Like, what is this? Like, what is this thing?
Yeah.
What is that?
I straighten my hair like every day. And here, like I still straightened it and then I put it up and it's just the humidity is like, and so this is happening, and yeah.
Meanwhile, I still have male pattern baldness and I can barely even grow hair. So thanks you guys. We'll see you on the next video.